Happy New Year, fellas.
Hello.
Happy New Year, mortals.
So this year's been it's been wild so far. You know, it
That it has.
feels like it's 2020, the sequel, Electric Boogaloo.
The encore.
So that's going on for us right now. That's awesome. However, Bitch McConnell's out.
No longer the majority, just the minority. We made him into the thing he hates the most.
You love to see it.
Ooh, I love that.
And
Ooh, hang on. Quick PSA in regards to that particular man. I won't disclose any names for security reasons, but I
right.
know personally,
Personally,
a friend of an acquaintance of mine mentioned that Secret Service and the FBI rolled on his home because somebody in the house was posting threats against one Senator Mitch. Like straight up, just like rolled up in the house, checked everything, and said you can be charged federally for posting what you've posted.
they say.
I don't know. I don't care to know. I don't even want to quote the shit.
Yeah,
But it's like it reminds me of an artist that I like. That I met one member of My Chemical Romance, Frankie. He was in a band called Leathermouth, and he had a song that's called, and I quote, "I want to the president of the United States." You can like insert the like the what I'm
Yeah.
saying, like.
yeah.
And so, again, Secret Service rolled up on his crib, and this was during like the W days. You feel me? So imagine how much worse it was.
Yeah.
And like Frankie has like his kids in the crib, and they're like, "Don't ever play that song live ever again, as long as you live." And Frank's like,
Forever.
he's remember this man's tatted up, like he's a punk. He's like, "Man, what, I don't give a fuck about y'all. Fuck y'all, man." But he's like, "I want to raise my daughters.
Yeah.
Like, I have my whole life to live.
Yeah.
I can't be fucking around with the fuck around."
Yeah, exactly.
So, folks, like, if you be posting memes about your boy Senator Mitch, please be mindful of the words used. That's why I be saying allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. This post is parodying all my shit because it's like I'm a brother. They want to lock my ass up.
They probably
Be
got
mindful. People are looking.
Here we go. That was like hard as shit for my podcast sounds. All right. So, well, yeah. I mean, I guess you'd be mindful of that. It actually reminds me of what I dealt with on Facebook. I want to say yesterday. A shorty that got shot during the Capitol.
The white lady?
Yeah.
Oh, the say her name shit?
Oh, no. I mean, the joke's flying.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So, I posted a joke flying. And my caption for it was just, "This is fun."
Oh.
So, an old friend of mine, childhood friend of mine, he, is in the military or whatever, and
Sure.
he's had a path, quite the path of change, or becoming more of who he really is. And it turns out, like, well, he was a bit of an asshole when we were growing up, but he's like absolutely sweet now. Like he is. He's like what you kind of aspire to be as a personality. You know what I'm saying?
Not really, but continue.
Fair enough. So, however, so yeah, he commented. He was like, "Hey, man, like, pretty much." He was saying that I'm pretty wild. I'm pretty much wilding for doing that. He's like, because ethically, that's not really essentially. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have empathy for others. Like, I show sympathy for the entire situation, at which I pretty much gave him a long response, pretty much like, yeah, nah, nah, that's not how we're gonna get down anymore, because we've turned the cheek too many times. We've looked the other way too many times. We've took it on the chin one too many times. It gets to a certain point where you like, all right, don't let it happen to you. So you end up on that Summer Jam screen.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? And guess who ended up on the Summer Jam screen? So if you this is what I call, ladies and gentlemen, the chickens coming home to roost.
Baba Boucher.
All right. Now, he also said, in response to that, he was like, well, just don't let, the actions and, words of others just like, determine your character. And which, all right, good point. No. He has a good point. You know what I'm saying? Don't let this shit, make you who you are. Like,
what the fuck does that even mean?
Like, don't let this shit consume you to the point where you're like a revolutionist. That's like,
what the fuck is he talking about?
From my interpretation, I would hate to become one of those woke motherfuckers that like got conspiracies out the ass. You know what I'm saying?
You know the
Hotep
lesson for today, brother.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You know the lesson for today.
These devils.
Don't become a hotep over this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Fair enough.
Question. Hold on, not to interrupt you mid rant, but is this dude white?
As if you have to ask. So,
man, I'm not trying to hear no white man tell me not to be a hotep about Nazis being killed in a coup.
That's not exactly what he said. That's just how I interpret it.
Listen to this guy.
Okay.
This guy with the microphone. Listen to him.
So it's like it's just he pretty much just said, don't let this is a huge major part of who you are because of what's going on. However, don't let it become all of who you are. You know what I'm saying? Because knowing me from a personal standpoint, there's more to me than me angry ranting all the time. You know what I'm saying? And which I was like, all right, I understand that. You know what I'm saying? However,
I prefer you go first, Duck, because mine is more comical than excited right now. So
go ahead.
I
see you, Kenny. Thank you.
The rest of my timeline wasn't having any of that shit.
Thank you.
Because they were stuck. They were still stuck on. So you sympathizing with a terrorist? And he like,
thank you.
He like, that's not what I said.
Here's a backpedal, Daryl Green style.
Look at what he said to me, the comment verbatim, and then them asking it, and then him saying that's not what I said. You going back up to what he said. You're like, that's kind of what you
people
said.
have to even ask, you were not fucking clear.
That's kind of what you said. So I don't
what
know.
He did was this.
It's like, I know you mean well. He does mean well. You know what I'm saying? I give that still.
The road to hell.
But because he gotta raise a kid that's gotta go through this world black. You know what I'm saying?
Duck, in your free time, look up Daryl Green backpedals.
So it's like I know for a fact that he means well. You know what I'm saying? So I, heard him out, and we pretty much came to, agreement. Like, all right, fair enough, but I'm not going to let it be all of who I am. However, everybody was still stuck on what he initially said. So I bowed out just in time because it became a bit of a thing. Like, I mean, he stopped commenting after a certain point, but like they started to pile on. I was like,
Los. It's like you mentioned how this was a man who you grew up with and whatever the fuck.
Sure.
And it's like, I don't even know you that well, to be honest with you, for keeping it a buck. Like, like we rarely ran in the same circles in school and shit. And like, I'm so thankful we had this time in this fucking pandemic to reconnect. But like, fucking, the fact of the matter is, I barely know you, and I know you well enough to know that's not all that you are. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if this man really cared about like the things going on in your life and the things that like you're passionate about, he wouldn't have even had to make the comment. And I hate this whole thing. I'm gonna go to a weird place, so follow me on this.
He'd watch the product, but go to that weird place.
Hey, and shout out to you if you watch the product. Tell all your friends and family to watch the motherfucking product. We need some subscribers in this bitch. Yeah, but like, have y'all noticed how like when a service person, someone in the 4 branches or what have you, does some like fucked up shit, and they're always like, hey, don't talk crazy about the military. My nigga, just because you served don't make you a fucking hero. Like, let's call a spade a spade. You had an opportunity, or you were taking advantage of, wink wink nudge nudge, by the powers that be. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people get to rise to like the highest like honors in the service. Some just want to get the fuck out of where they're at. You know what I'm saying? Certainly. And it's like, I mentioned, maybe I haven't mentioned before, the TikTok of like this serviceman in the barracks with his boys, like, hey, what would you like to tell your your recruiting officer? Man, fuck you. Everyone in the John said, fuck you, man, fuck. Oh, thanks for the opportunity, man. Fuck you. So like, I don't like. You could be Obama and still be up in the Capitol wearing a MAGA hat, and I'm still have smoke for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be plenty. At least 3 prominent musicians in my world were at that motherfucking rally. You know what I did? Block. Plenty. I got plenty more bands to listen to now, but it's like the line is very fucking clear. You wear the hat, you are equivocating white supremacy, fucking Nazis. We leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the motherfucker who took the podium, he's going to jail for a year, and he's done.
You know what I find hilarious? That this con really ran for 3 years. Excuse me. Almost 4 years. All right. And at no point was anybody trying to hear the fact that of what we know now. And it's finally come to light. And it all comes back to listening to black people. Because we be trying to tell y'all asses.
Black women. Black women.
Oh, now, black women especially. They be trying to tell all of our asses.
What's good, Kenny?
I will say this, and I have to bring this up because, one, it leads into the joke that I was going to talk about. It's a backtrack of that friend that I mentioned to you guys that's not really a friend anymore, but he came up in my Facebook feed again the other day. But before I get there.
Oh, that friend.
Yeah, that friend. Before I get there, one, after listening to both of you guys so elegantly talk about what's going on, and I know we're supposed to do this later in the show, but we're here now, okay? We're here now. So I find it very disheartening and also confusing that Twitter responded faster to Trump's nonsense than the motherfuckers in the Capitol.
Come on.
Not only, first of all, Twitter, you're not out the dark either, because motherfucker, we've been trying to tell you this motherfucker is set
for the last 4 years.
For the last 4 fucking years.
And you want to wait till the last 2 weeks of his term.
The last most possible moment to permanently ban this motherfucker. When he should have been banned when he was fucking running, okay? Grab him by the pussy, should have cut him out then. Okay?
Exactly.
Shouldn't have got
Same for Zuck. Same for Zuck.
On the air fighting, physically mentally handicapped person, like the talk.
Yeah, the journalist. Yeah,
that should have been.
And mind you, I say this to you: if you were still supporting him at the ground by the pussy, motherfucker, you need to think about yourself in the motherfucking mirror. Do some self-evaluating. In this era of Me Too, and you allow that shit to be the commander in chief.
He's skating through that shit. That's the worst part about it. He's skating through it. Right?
He's going through that bitch like Michelle Kwan, triple axles and all.
You hear me? So,
yes, I like a Michelle Kwan fan. I grew up watching her with my mom. Shout out to her. She made figure skating cool for me.
Shout out.
But now, Harding is all I know about figure skating. So,
and I agree. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, one of my friends, his name's Dawson.
We use names now.
No. He's cool. Dawson's cool.
Okay.
He's not that guy.
Okay.
That guy will be named. Mm-hmm. He asked, he said, hey, has anybody heard from our classmate that was a Trump supporter? I thought about him when they're out in the rally. So everybody's commenting the name, and I, being off a couple of drinks, mimosas, and learning from my friend Carlos here, and deciding to be a messy bitch, goes to the picture and post it on the comment here. Like, oh, you mean this guy? In which everyone begins to respond and have a field day. So I just so happened to peruse this page. Gentlemen, this man still talk about.
Let me get a light.
This man still talk about how.
Thank you.
Talk about how Jesus is in control for Trump's presidency and how Jesus has ordained that Biden and Kamala Harris won't see the presidency. I'm like, so Jesus supports Nazis?
And
white supremacy?
A brown man supporting Nazis.
Like, is that what's going on? So you don't see any problem with what the fuck's going on. So you think that, Trump has nothing to do with this. When this motherfucker said, we will walk down to the fucking Capitol, starts to walk for 2 seconds, gets back in his fucking motorcade, goes back to the fucking White House, and leaves those motherfuckers down there in the Capitol where they can breach. This motherfucker has his feet on Nancy Pelosi's desk.
And low-key,
this motherfucker's taking pictures of fucking ballots and papers and shit.
I didn't really know what triggered the event until I'm safe in my home with the Bay, just like watching the folks count the Johns at like 11 midnight o'clock, and I'm like, I heard the speech, and I'm like, oh, that's the shit that got these fuckers like agitated.
Shit.
And some old heads in the bodega, they're like, hey, don't they know that like DC's like 90% black?
You found out today.
Listen. Well, Joy Reid said it best, right? I don't know if y'all heard her.
I love her.
Off on CNN the other day, but basically she said, man, look, these people think that they own everything. They think they own this country. They think they own this government. They think they own us, black people. They think they own everything, and they are entitled to whatever they think they own. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't have agreed more. That's what white supremacy basically is. Thinking that you are greater than everything that's around you. And you can, shape everything to where how you see fit in your image. And obviously that image is racism.
Kenny was good.
And another quick thing I want to say, and then I don't know how y'all want to proceed after this. Two things actually. One is the quote. I'll say that for the end. But the first thing I want to say is, had that been,
oh come on, man.
Shit wouldn't have went down. Like we're not approaching the steps. Then we don't have to go into further detail about it because we all know.
Said.
We all know it.
No.
What's up? You know what I'm saying?
Wait, hold on. Go ahead, Los.
I'll say this. That entire ordeal that happened Wednesday, that lasted for how long?
Till like about maybe like 9 p.m.
9 p.m. or so. It started
or
around,
so.
I want to say noon, 1.
Yeah, like around 2 almost.
So we talking about a good, 7 or 8 hour run, right?
Yeah.
$4 hours over or under. How long would a group of black protesters lasted if they had stormed the Capitol?
Within the hour, all dead.
Nigga, within the minutes. This shit is not happening.
Unanimously. If 4 is a soft cover too. I mean,
yeah,
you probably need like if seconds. Like honestly, like I hate to even like I don't even like I feel almost dirty even suggesting such a thing. You'd need the whole district to roll if that were ever to like
even be
succeed, I guess, because like I think in my own head it's like a show of force says more than actual force. Like maybe I have or maybe I haven't mentioned this before, but I recall when South Korea had a woman president, and there was something foul going on in like amidst that administration. Like I saw this image from a blog I followed on Tumblr about like the equivalent of the whole nation just rolled on the office and just sat there. Like, sorry dog, it's over for you. Like you're done. You need to leave. Didn't say nothing. They weren't getting hyped. There's all there. It's like at the office, like, so you need to pack your bag and get out of here. Like you're done. I don't know the details. I don't know whether it was a good thing or a bad thing, but they all just said, we have decided that you cannot lead the country any longer. And feel free to fax only me if you know, but like just those images that I saw of a whole country saying like, absolutely not. Like you're like no 2 weeks, like you're done. Pack your take off your vest and leave.
That's correct. That you know what I'm saying? So like, my thing is that anybody with a right mind knew better. You know what I'm saying? Like we already knew what this was. Like everybody knew what type of person Trump was. Everybody knew, what his get down was, all of that. Because if you actually looked at Donald Trump over the years, we know he's a racist. We know he comes from a racist family. So then, basically what happened in 2016, that was, it was a Republican fuck you, but not only was it a Republican fuck you, it was a white American fuck you, because they said we would rather take a reality TV star who has had businesses, though they have failed, run the country, because you guys think that he knows how to run an economy. And first of all, y'all are dumb as fuck for thinking that in the first place. Let's start there. All right. However, as we go along, we realize he's a bit of a fascist. Don't you think? Like he's trying to, shut down news media and consider everything.
Oh my god.
Fake news, and
this nigga comes on. I'm sorry.
And so, like, it's a little bit of fascist.
We got you. Oh, a lot of fascism, by the way. A lot.
You know what I'm saying? As we go along, we learn that little bit of fascism. Yeah, no, he's definitely a fascist.
How do we let this man come on TV and call CNN probably one of the biggest news conglomerates in the fucking nation?
Most unbiased
And,
by that.
and
Nah,
call it,
I wouldn't say that at
I
all.
wouldn't go
Honestly,
that far. But
Who's most unbiased?
that's the AP. The AP is the most unbiased.
Associated Press. Fair enough.
They're the most unbiased.
Worldwide.
CNN just have like they just have the biggest. They have like the biggest scope over it all.
yeah, they have the biggest reach because they're large global.
They got money bags for days.
Yeah, but we
Fair
let this
enough.
man come on TV and call it fake news, and motherfuckers believe it.
I also want to say, Kenny, we didn't do shit.
We, as in the country, not us.
Hey, hold on. Let me double down. We are not the country.
I agree, but I'm just saying, in those who want to still,
y'all let that happen.
in those that want to still put themselves in the country, which leads to my quote by the great, most notorious, legendary gangster Frank Lucas, as he was talking about how people owned his mentor Bubby Johnson. He says, and I quote, "Nobody owns me, though." Nobody owns me, though. Y'all motherfuckers don't own me.
I think we'll go ahead and kick off that. Live via satellite, it is Gorilla Gang Podcast. It's 9:06 in the evening. We're getting real spicy this evening. Boy, do we have a lot to talk about. I'm your empathetic yet foul-mouthed third of this show this evening, Carlos Crawford. Alongside with me is my trusty, reckless yet God-fearing intellectual equal. Wearing the Pokemon hat.
Wearing a Pikachu hat. Be specific of the Pokemon. Don't be disrespectful.
150.
God damn it. Yeah, that's right. Because I'm an OG. I'm part of the original 150. Kenneth Whitaker. You know?
It's wet.
That's right.
It's wet. And this week, we also have our favorite third of the show.
Hello. It's a chilly evening in Philadelphia, and I am Christopher Kennard Owens, aka Dr. Death Defying.
My man Ducky
You know what I'm
T, baby.
You gotta do the French Montana hat, but it's gotta sound like a quack.
Shut the fuck up.
Every time I see you, I'm just gonna start singing Darkwing Duck. What am I gonna do? I gotta do it.
Let's get dangerous.
I got you.
That shit is hard as fuck. I ain't gonna hold you.
Easily probably one. Easily one of the greatest TV songs of all time.
Yeah, that and Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. That shit was hard as fuck.
You already know.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Carlos.
That is what a cartoons were doing shit.
That's the idea for a bracket, Carlos.
Oh shit. The Ultimate?
Yeah. Who's got the best cartoon theme song?
Oh shit. Didn't RDC World do this shit?
Well,
they haven't done it like us.
Exactly.
And I'm telling you, I already got a dog in the fight.
Listen, we're 2 episodes away from our bracket episode, and if we're going to be completely honest, I figured we finally do the bracket I've been talking about doing since like episode 35.
Fuck.
Yes.
That's before I had let loose and I had stopped caring as much.
That's what I really want. We want the porn star bracket.
Oh no, the Susio bracket?
You really want that?
Bracket. That's what we want. Give the crowd what they want, you cowards. Nah, not this time.
We gotta put that shit on OnlyFans. I don't know if YouTube will shut that shit down so quick.
You're not ready for that yet. You're not ready for that yet. You all right? So that is an idea. Cartoon theme song, because Family Guy could be in that joint. Um,
I'm gonna tell you this favorite of
Spider-Man,
mine. I'm gonna tell you a favorite of mine, and who I'm probably would be rooting
Rocco's
for
Modern Life.
In that bracket. Rocco's Modern Life is dope. I would be rooting for Kim Possible in that bracket.
Ooh, that's maybe top 15. I'm not gonna hold you. My top 2 would have to be Static Shock, the Little Romeo version, and the Proud Family theme song.
Ooh,
Those ones
that's
is
a huge
hard,
one.
boy. Those ones is hard body.
Hold on, though. Let me give you all the
Proud
classics,
Family.
though, because like y'all are missing the classics. Okay, Flintstones
Hard.
and Pokemon.
Hey, no.
No,
We're not gonna do this because which one
The
though?
Pokemon rap. The Pokemon rap. The entire one. All 150.
That shit was hard. That's called motherfucking balls, Ash. You don't know nothing about
Hey,
this.
nah, the Pokemon rap song is a full 3 to 4 minute song. That counts as like a full song, like a full 8 to 16 bars for 3 verses. Right? That counts. And all the bars are Pokemon names. Let's go. So, ladies and gentlemen, this week we're not doing a 10 count. We're doing a 5 count, and eventually we're going to condense it down to the pin count: 1, 2, 3. So this week I wrote show notes for Legends Night on Monday Night Raw, so we're going to talk about that. And then we're also going to talk about the aftermath of that happened on Twitter. And we're going to talk about Hulk Hogan being there and him thinking that nobody young fucks with him because he's old, and which is far from the case. We'll be talking about Kim Kardashian finally having up to here with Kanye. We'll talk about the Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Gonzalez match. That was an absolute Husset battle, a last woman standing match, 5-star rating in my book. And then we're also going to talk about Snoop Dogg winning a wrestling match. Yes, that happened. Yeah.
Where do we even begin?
Where do you want to begin?
Let's start from the top.
Let me go unlock my front door because my person's going to be coming in real quick. I'll be right back.
He said what?
He's going to unlock. He's going to take care of some business in his household.
Oh, he about to take care. He about to TCB. You Shotzi Blackheart now? Okay.
No, he's doing something with the door. Start from the top, bro. Let's kick it off with Legends Night.
All right, let's talk about Legends Night. So, this past week on Raw, it was a night where, do we want to call them legends, or are they just alumni? If we're being honest, because like
the legend Alicia Fox was there, so she is a legend.
There's nothing legendary about Alicia Fox. Let's start there. Other than her surname.
Disrespectful.
So there's that. You know what I'm saying?
You see something for me, bro.
However, we'll start off at the top. So Miz and Morrison, they have their the Miz and Morrison show. And I forget who comes out. God, who comes out? Yes, that's right. The New Day comes out. And the New Day pretty much attempts to bury Miz and Morrison in their own talk show promo. And we hear a very familiar theme song interrupt this argument. It's Teddy Long.
You know it's the Mac.
Hey! I hit that wall. Holla!
Exactly. You know already. Yeah.
You know me. So
that pimp walk, you hear me?
Teddy Long there in Base World. He's going crazy. So
shaking his ass and everything.
You know me. So Teddy Long comes out and he goes, there's only one way we can settle this. Miz and Morrison, New Day. You're gonna go in a match with the Undertaker.
Shut the fuck up.
Mr. Morrison,
He just retired.
The Undertaker.
If you recall our episode 101 with the Undertaker, we all made fun of how Teddy Long used to always match but anytime Teddy Long came out during a promo, he was going to set them up in a match with the Undertaker.
Period.
In which Teddy made different match situations all involving the Undertaker, which are exaggeratory, but kind of makes sense as well. So it's like you can't count it out either.
Which I would gladly do again for this episode if you would like.
I would.
You gotta.
Miz and Morrison, you're going to find yourselves in a 75-man tag team match, and the winner of that match will go one-on-one with the Undertaker.
Hey, son. Hey, nah.
Again. Holla, holla, holla.
I'll be tight. Like, what am I doing?
You be taught.
Donald Trump, for that comment, you get to go one-on-one with the Undertaker.
At this rate, I don't think the Undertaker will mind that at all.
Tombstone, man.
Let's allegedly, for the sake of legality, this podcast is priority.
Nah, damn all that. Mick
A
Foley
tombstone is always
actually
crazy.
demanded to Vince McMahon on Twitter that they kick Donald Trump out of the
Him out of the
WWE
Hall of Fame.
Oh yes.
Or the celebrity wing of the WWE Hall of Fame.
Get him the fuck out of here.
Which I love Mick Foley for that.
Man, listen. Honestly, we should have known that Mick Foley was Santa Claus, if we're being honest.
Dead ass.
Mick Foley has brought smiles to the faces of millions of people.
100%.
He loves Christmas music. Like, he listens to Christmas music every day of the year. Like, primarily, as the music that he listens to. It's Christmas music. For God's sakes, Kenny, his daughter's name.
Noel.
Wow.
And if you didn't know Nick Foley for that, you don't. And by God, I'm sorry, Noel. By God.
Don't get Marshall Mathers out here, bro. Don't get Machine Gun Kelly out here, bro.
I just said by God. That's all I said.
We saw this.
That's all I said.
So continuing on. So next segment, Randy Orton is backstage trying to kill legends by reverse psychology. So basically, he's like walking around and like just trying to talk retired wrestlers into having one more match so he can beat the shit out of them on Legends Night because he is the legend killer, of course. Of course. He tries to fuck with Big Show. Big Show's like, I'm not having a fucking match with you. Go away. So
leave that man alone.
Get out of here, you little shit. So we get to one segment where Angel Garza, he tried to romance Sergeant Slaughter. Sergeant Slaughter called him a maggot. That was fun. Sergeant Slaughter's not even a real sergeant. That's the crazy part about it. Well, I'll let y'all figure that out. Then we go to our
Stolen
our
Valor.
We go to our next match tonight.
Oh no, that comes later. But I say, wasn't the legend Alicia Fox with Sergeant Slaughter?
I think she was actually. But please stop calling her a legend. So so we go to our next match or whatever. We got women's tag team champions Asuka and Charlotte Flair versus Lacey Evans and Peyton Royce. In which there was a spot where Lacey Evans tried to flirt with Ric Flair and then Charlotte proceeds to kick her ass. That was pretty funny. I had a good laugh. However, Rick gets real horny and so like,
Don't get that man a heart attack now.
Based his ass dog. No, she like literally got in her father's face like, I'm only going to tell you this one time only. Stay out of my business. Hey, you know, Rick. If Rick isn't doing anything, he's either crying, bleeding, or a combination of the two.
In the bedroom.
Well, in this case, he was just crying. I'm sorry.
Leave Rick alone. Leave him alone. Leave Rick alone.
No.
I won't let you talk about him. Leave him alone. You got a gimmick off of him, for God's sake. Leave him alone.
I would do anything for Rick to be Mr. Wilson and for Lacey Evans to be Dawn Marie.
Move on. Next.
Damn, that silent just like discontent.
I'm not doing this with you today. I don't have time. Okay.
Wow. My man is on some Aubrey shit tonight.
Let's go there. We're gonna take it there. Oh yeah.
No, we're not. I refuse. You will not get me to walk down that tunnel. We're not.
Kevin's trying to get that. Lacey trying to get that will settlement from Charlotte, dog. That's a hell of an angle. What are you talking about?
They're gonna be fighting at the funeral. No disrespect.
It won't be the first time there was a fight at a funeral, Ducky. Remember, the Big Show was at his father's funeral, and the Big Boss Man took the Big Show's father's casket and hitched that motherfucker to a truck and dragged that motherfucker out the funeral. All right.
Oh my Lord!
Please hit the button.
The Attitude Era was the land of the lawless.
Please hit the button. Please.
I would commit manslaughter. They have to put my ass under the jail for that shit.
Yeah,
that's what I was trying to tell you, dog. So
maybe I missed that shit because I don't know if my little heart could take that.
Oh yes.
Not one of the better moments of that attitude.
Oh no. There's remember Katie Vick, Kenny?
I remember Katie Vick. There has been worse, but that wasn't one of the brightest either. Between that and They Call You the Big Show. And Val Venus. Huh? Remember on GTV when they're like both pissing in the urinal and Val Venus looks over?
Oh, yeah. Why should you just say GTV? That as a whole was the worst idea. Then it turned out to be like Gold Dust. It was like, duh.
Yeah.
So like, what other creepy fucker be doing voyeur cam called GTV? Come on, that's a no-brainer. So moving along, Ricochet and Mark Henry are backstage. Ricochet looks like he's about to hit the hookah bar. I guess he skates off to do that. Henry's on the leg scooter. What's that about? I don't understand. However, when he's on the leg scooter or whatever, Randy comes and berates Mark Henry, and even tries to kick him out of the arena. It's like, all right, Randy, that's enough. Now you're being ridiculous. So next segment begins Shayna Baszler versus Mandy Rose until Baszler shuts that down before the angle recap could even end. So as Mandy Rose is coming out during her entrance, they're doing like the little angle recap of what's happened up to this point. And before they even finish it, Shayna Baszler's already choking Mandy Rose out. So Mandy Rose's tag partner Dana Brooke comes out and beats her by pinning her while tied up in the clutch, while tied up in the curve feudal clutch. So Shayna Baszler put her in the curve feudal clutch, and Dana Brooke managed to hook Baszler's leg and pin Baszler's shoulders, because when Baszler does the clutch, sometimes she'll accidentally pin her shoulders down.
Oops.
And I thought it was actually pretty solid. That was a pretty solid win. So we might be getting this Dana push, maybe, just maybe.
Once
Meanwhile,
again-
Randy goes and berates more legends.
Once again,
This segment, Rick is the victim.
Once
What?
again, about Dana Brooke, I told you I'm a fucking Jedi. At this
They can
point,
say it again.
is this one is just becoming elementary for me.
That prediction I don't even remember, so I can't call it.
I know you don't, but I do. I've been pushing Dana Brooke on this show for a good while.
Okay, all right, that is true. That is for true. So, Randy berates more legends. This segment in particular, Ric Flair is the victim.
Woo!
Bobby Lashley loses to Matt Riddle. That was pretty funny. I got a good laugh.
Damn, you hate to see it.
Yeah, you did. You absolutely did. Randy Orton ends up beating Jeff Hardy.
Oh shit.
I guess that's a legend. Melina was in the building and them things were thinging, boy.
Them titties were tittying, respectfully.
Let me tell you something about Melina, Duck. All right.
I remember.
Oh, do you?
I do.
Them titties was tittying.
I plead the fifth.
So which one was Melina, Duck?
I plead the fifth.
Well, give me a hint at least. Just a hint.
Was this the same diva that was the manager for those two
Come on. Go
were they
on.
like was she the diva that always was at ringside with those dudes who wore like the fur coats and shit?
Correct.
Yeah, because like she would do the splits into the ring every time she appeared, and like my young heart would just like dookum 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 dookum. You know what I'm saying? Like
Your young heart, bruh. She's done the split recently, and my at that time 28-year-old heart dropped. I was like, oh my lord.
She's the only white girl doing the busted challenge on TikTok right now. Okay.
Look, man, and listen, them things are still thinging.
Respectfully.
Dang.
Respectfully.
To
the point I have to grab my Pikachu hat and straighten the thing out. Respectfully.
Well, I was making the Mark Jackson face. Respectfully speaking.
I can't. I'm taking my glasses off, so I don't look in the wrong place.
Respectfully. I'm looking in the right place.
Thank you, dog.
I ain't looking. That's what I'm saying, bro. I ain't looking. It's like
I ain't worried about it.
She's
shout out to her still being in the game. That's all I gotta say about that.
I bet you she still got it too. Like she can still.
I'm sure she does.
In the ring.
I'm sure she does. Oh, you talking about in the ring?
Yeah.
Hey,
at any rate.
Kenny, sir.
Looky the hell here. All right.
I
So
mean, if she could do it in the ring, she could do it in the.
My man, shut the hell up, my man. You better stop. Hit that button.
I didn't finish.
Shut the hell up.
That's what she said. I'm sorry.
Don't finish.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God, Kenny.
I'm sorry.
Mostly if you don't mind.
The main event of the night was Drew McIntyre versus Keith Lee, which went crazy. But then at the end of the match, Goldberg comes out and lectures about respect like an old man and challenges him at the Royal Rumble.
And botches a shove.
Drew McIntyre laughed at him and declined subsequently. And then Goldberg pushes him. And it's literally how the episode ends, with Goldberg pushing Drew McIntyre down.
Botches a shove.
Goes
How do you botch a push? How do you botch a push? How do you botch a push?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay.
He
rambled on with the lecture too long. If you're being honest, here, he rambled on with the lecture too long. That's what it was.
Goldberg just needs to go the fuck home. He
Now,
botches everything. He just comes back and botches shit. Like
That sucks.
just stop. Just stop at this point. You just need to like quit, bro. Just watch your footage on WWE Network or back in the '90s and just go the fuck home.
now let's circle back to that segment where Angel guards of romance and Sergeant Slaughter, right? Because after Sergeant Slaughter calls him a maggot, well, Tori Wilson was there. And
he still look good too.
God, who? Oh, it's. I'm not remember Tori Wilson being that tall. I thought she was like 5'10". She looked like she like 6'2".
She had heels on,
but I guess she was around. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that checks out. So yeah, her and I want to say Lita was there.
I don't think it was
The Legend.
However, I don't know. I don't think it was Lita. No, it was Tori Wilson and Alicia Fox. Boom, there it is.
The Legend Alicia Fox.
They're like, yeah, we saw Cardi B around the corner or whatever. So like, Cardi caught wind of the name drop, right, on the show. Turns out Cardi B was a huge wrestling fan growing up.
Oh no shit.
She wasn't, you know.
Right.
So she like, she's like, my favorite wrestlers were, blah blah blah, Lita, Trish Stratus, and even Trish Stratus retweeted what she had tweeted. It was like,
even though
Cardi knows.
even though she put Lena instead of Lita, but we'll give her a pass.
Let her live.
Typo.
That's how she talk. She
We'll
just tweeting how she talk.
Period. She really do.
She do tweet how she talk.
She
do
do,
tweet how she talk. I respect the hell out of it because I tweet like how I talk.
What was the reason? What was the reason?
It's like Meryl typing in all caps.
So everything was cool. Everything was cool. Everything was love. It looked like you probably might have been able to see Cardi B on Monday Night Raw at some point during the year if the money was right, if the timing was right, if they could pull it off on an episode. We'd probably been able to see it. But guess who comes and fucks it up?
Your favorite wrestler, Lacey Evans.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, your favorite.
Sugar Daddy Hunter Lacey Evans.
Who looks like she still says boy on her spare time.
Yikes.
She picked the wrong time to gain heat at that moment. You know what I'm saying? Duck, you know what heat is?
Remind me.
Heat is basically gaining hatred from the fans when you're a villain or a heel, right?
On purpose. Okay,
good. For example, right? His whole gimmick was that he was a straight edge. So he came up with essentially a cult called the Straight Edge Society. And it was a stable, but like they acted like a bit of they had cult-like vibes. You know what I'm saying? But it was all in the name of being a straight edge. So, no drugs, no alcohol. You know what that's like, though. So
I do. It's cringy.
It got to a point where, but he was just like a dick about it, too. That's what made it so
I hate that shit.
While you sit there and you drink your alcohol.
That's made the heel work so
and
sweet.
You smoke your cigarette.
Asshole
yeah.
guy. You know what I'm saying? So not only was he a real asshole about it, but he actually fucked with people that actually had demons, like Jake the Snake Roberts and shit. So
oh my god!
Yeah. The 316. Well, Jake the Snake Roberts demons being made fun of is how we got Austin 316 said, "I just whooped your ass." Fair game.
But Austin didn't take it to that level though.
Plus the fact that Jake the Snake is thriving in AEW right now, so. But at any rate, so so it got to a point where so much heat. Motherfuckers from the crowd were like trying to get at him at the end of the night. Like when he's like leaving the locker room and like Rita, yeah, but always trying to pull up on him and shit like that. Like he had to
I don't like that shit.
hustle into the limo and shit like that. It was garner heat, and it completely backfired because business per se, right?
Oof.
So when when uh, when Lacey Evans came through with her, know, low key racist antebellum vibes, because that's
Hell of an angle to push.
yeah. So yeah. All right, we're back. So yeah, it is a hell of an angle to push, but it kind of works. But then there are times where it's cringeworthy. These are one of those times because she called Cardi B a little nasty. That's kind of her thing, kind of calling people nasties. And well, Cardi didn't take it well, as you would think, and she went the fuck off.
I don't even know you.
Like, well, that money's fucked up.
Fucking up the whole bag.
Oh yes, you hate to see it. You're really.
The numbers would have went up if like Cardi fans knew that she was gonna be on the show.
Oh, buddy, man, honestly, if she went another way with that, she like went with some reverse psychology, like you wouldn't dare show up on Raw, man. Boom, she would have gotten that heat, and she would have coerced Cardi into coming to Raw.
Cardi would be like, "I'm coming out tonight. What time is Raw over?"
Exactly.
Bring her sister and everything. It'll be a wrap.
Exactly. So yeah.
That's okay. Bring that energy to AEW.
She just handled it incorrect. AEW is liable to pick up the pieces. Very liable. So, and we'll speak on why in a second. However, Hulk Hogan was at Legends Night. Why? Who knows? Go to hell, Kenny. So, he was in I guess a podcast or like an interview that weekend before Raw, and there was a soundbite that's like he doesn't know, he like feels like the younger wrestlers don't really really like him, and he's like he thinks it's because he's old. And he's like, man, I'm not coming back. He's like, it's not like I'm coming back for another run or anything, take their spotlight, blah, blah, blah. I was like, bro, how self-centered can you really be? And you know what? That's exactly who Hulk fucking Hogan is in that quote. And that's why I don't fuck with Hulk Hogan, Kenny. There you have it. All right? So, with that being said, he said that or whatever, and Big Swole retweeted the junk, and she was like,
that's not it, Terry.
That ain't it, Terry. That ain't it, Terry. That's not the reason why. It's because you're a racist. You don't want any black dudes fucking broke.
Which I rebuttal with. I rebuttal with a quote, and that quote is, "When you hurt my friends, you hurt my pride. Gotta be a man. Can't let it slide."
Shut the fuck up.
What?
So that being said, like he's just, and that's extremely self-centered to say, knowing damn well what you initially said, and that's why motherfuckers don't fuck with you. But because WWE brought you back into the fold, you think that everything's all honky-dory. Nah, that's not how it goes,
sweet.
bro.
Do you know why he did that?
Why?
Because he's a real American.
To hell, Kenny.
Real Americans live on reservations.
If Hulk Hogan was 20 years younger, he'd... Never mind.
Yo, shut up, Kenny. Hey, if y'all don't mind, like, Do y'all see like the parallels of the Hogan situation with the Will.i.am situation?
Oh yeah, him saying that black people never supported Black Eyed Peas.
All right.
Black people turn their back on Black Eyed Peas.
The exact opposite took place.
Black Eyed Peas turn their back on black people?
Yeah.
Black people don't give a fuck about Black Eyed Peas, bro.
And why do you think that is?
Because they don't care about
trash. What are we getting at here?
Okay, so thank you. Let me take.
Oh, because they picked up Fergie and went pop. No, that's not why.
Why then?
Before that too.
That's not true.
So
That's not true at all, though. You're full of shit. I'll tell you why.
Am I?
Yes, you are, and I'll tell you why. The Peas booked. They scored a James Brown feature off the strength. Like at the height of their like black popularity, they closed their album with a fucking James Brown feature.
So did my dad. What about it?
Jesus Christ.
Ever heard of Mass Extension?
Did you just poo-poo on James Brown? That's terrible.
Nah, and maybe it's like because I'm seeing the situation with rose-colored glasses, but like because I don't fault Will and the boys going crossover for their own sake. It only started getting shitty once they fired Fergie Ferg. Actually no, like when just can't get enough dropped. They definitely were like being put out the pasture without question. Because a lot the P's going crossover broke open the floodgates for acts like Flow Rida and shit to go crossover and whatever the fuck. But like,
hey, Flow Rida got bars.
Flow Rida.
Oh, 100%. After I heard what he did to Black, fuck that dude.
No, I just hate him in general. Like that motherfucker is a terrible rapper, and I am disappointed in society for even popularizing him in the first place.
I don't think he's that bad of a rapper.
Yes, he's that bad of a rapper.
Flow Rida got bars.
Hey, let's scale it. Let's scale it. Because he's clearly not a blue face ass rapper. What makes him? Is he we're talking like Silk the Shocker bad? Like how define bad? In regards to flow,
he's his own kind of bad. Like, put it to you like this: what's his track record?
He said he's his own kind of bad.
What's his track record?
Well, he puts up numbers consistently. He consistently puts up numbers. Are we not?
Flow Rida got bars.
That's just the world for you, my guy.
Hey man, I'm not saying we need Flow Rida to get into a cipher to show that he's down for the culture and shit. But like, I don't like when I think bad. It's not because I think his it's okay. I don't care if people think his songs suck because it's fucking Flow Rida. But like to say that the man is without talent, I draw the line at that. He's not.
Nah, fuck his music. He seems like a dope person. I don't say that. Like I've heard stories about Flow Rida, and I'm like, yo, I would love to hang out with Flow Rida.
I would not
play none of his music around me.
No, because y'all know that young y'all know Black, right? 6 Lack as he's called by the whites.
His mom named him 6 Lack. We gonna call him 6 Lack.
Do you know what Flow Rida did to him?
Well, what did Flow Rida do to him?
Black was Flow Rida's Black was Flow Rida's ghostwriter.
Oh.
He held that man hostage in the studio. No, he didn't pay him. He did not feed him. Did not give him a place to sleep. He would sleep in the studio.
So 6 Lack was writing Flow Rida's raps.
Hey, don't misquote me. Just if you want to know the details, listen to his interview with Joe Budden when I still listen to Joe Budden because Budden's like, yo, you're fired. What's your story? And he's like, Flow Rida put me on in the same way that Ludacris put 2 Chainz on. You know what I'm saying? That kind of situation.
All right.
But nah, man, it's like I just think I remember around the monkey business part of Black Eyed Peas,
Oh,
they
yeah.
had a significant hand in the one Sergio Mendes album, Timeless, because we got like Pharoah Monk, Justin Timberlake, Erykah Badu, Jill Scott, John Legend, like all on like these great ass samba beats. And I'm thinking we never would have got that without the P's. But then like, Will's like, I want to make money.
And that's not
This rap shit
bad.
ain't paying for shit.
There's nothing wrong with that. However, there are sometimes ramifications for those actions. You know what I'm saying? You want to make the real money. However, the real money sometimes come at the price of selling out.
Definitely a sellout because like I wonder to myself like what really makes you want to like not be relevant to like because why couldn't Will.i.am be the next Snoop Dogg of his generation of his age range? You know what I'm saying? What really stopped him from doing that? You know what I'm saying? Because like
Will
and
I am
like
be the
and
Snoop Dogg of this generation? I honestly, I don't think there's going to be another Snoop Dogg. If we're being
but yeah,
honest.
like this like an older rapper who younger heads
2
still
Chainz maybe,
respect.
but like 2 Chainz maybe, but I don't know, man. Like
Yeah, he's definitely. I think he's definitely in that. I
Snoop
think
Dogg is like a timeless, individual. You know what I'm saying? Like just in general, like just an absolutely timeless individual because of the life he's led in general. You know what I'm saying? Like from being a former Crip to
former. I thought he was a current.
oh yeah. Right, that gang shit never done, right?
Don't put that evil on us, man.
He goes from being a Crip to actually like having his own his first album to have
There you are. Hold up, y'all see what I see? Where did the two of y'all go? Why am I almost why am the only person I can see my face, man? Kenny Los, where y'all at? Did I lose the stream? Am I still live? Yep, I'm still on the internet. Do y'all see what I see? On my phone real quick. Hang on. Oh, I'm fully charged. Unlock this shit real quick. Oh, there you are. I was worried for a second, boy.
All right, so where did I leave off here?
You left off at the point where like, just like the trajectory of one Snoop Dogg. But just for the sake of like finishing strong, we can get back to that another time.
Oh yeah, right. I mean, well, I guess we can get to it once we get to Snoop's part. So
that's right. Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah, right. So yeah, we'll move along then. So even Kim Kardashian's had enough with Kanye West. Now, Duck, if I recall, at the beginning of the evening, you said that you had some tea in regards to this.
Okay. Now, let me say this.
While you spill this tea, I'm going to go ahead and light up the Ducky.
Hello. Is it green you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes that you've been coronafied, so I cannot share this roach with you.
Hey yo,
we need more Bodega Boys in 2021. We need the Bodega Boys right now, man.
ASAP.
But more importantly, the same day I heard about the coup in Washington D.C., I heard about two other rumors. One being that Brendan Urie of Panic at the Disco was the reason why One Direction broke up. Not important. And the rumor that Kanye West and Kim Kardashian West are getting divorced. And people were like, what is the reason? And allegedly...
What was the reason?
What was the reason? The reason, allegedly, was that Kanye West was out here sliding with one Jeffree Star.
Schemo! Are you
The
serious?
famous no, and I mentioned, and like when I mentioned that, like I knew like the T, I went on the Google machine to verify my information, and several sources have claimed that the claim is not correct. It's not is false. Jeffree Star himself said, "We've never hung out," but it didn't stop him from posting a shit ton of Kanye memes, and we know that Jeffree Star has a preference for the brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what
He's a bit of a homewrecker, and also a racist. So like, a whole bunch of shit going on. But
also, there was that one time that black dude gave him the runaround. That was fun.
The last time the only reason why I even like I knew that Star was a racist, and like he's from my world of like the Warped Tour scene and shit like that, because he used to like do tattoos and shit, and he had like a bit of a run in music as well. But like he's just now known for like the makeup and stuff, and the questionable characters that run in the crowd of like the makeup moguls.
That is a weird trajectory. That is a weird trajectory, but all right.
Hey, like get it where you live. You know what I'm saying? Makeup money is good money. Rihanna knows this. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, well, Rihanna's making stuff that's actually like
shit people need. Got it.
Exactly. So,
but nah, man, like my knowledge of the situation is surface level at that. But like the discussion leads me to my because we've been like all of our friends and family have been posting about this shit, because Kanye is a deity in our world, in this world of hip hop, in this world of like black culture. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
not mine.
Okay, you nerd. Relax. You fucking backpacker and shit.
I'll be that.
No, but like you know, like even when Kanye put on the Nazi hat, I stopped listening to him around like I want to say the summer of 2019. No. The summer of whichever summer that where he dropped the 5 albums with 7 tracks each is when I stopped listening to the music. But like everything else meant a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? And so I am concerned for the man's mental health. I'm concerned for the safety and the well-being of his children. So like, and the unfortunate reality is that if they get divorced, Kim is taking all of those children. She's taking all of them.
And capable of raising them on like by himself, maybe with joint custody.
Yeah, and I one might make the observation of him leaving Kim, and maybe like because he owns all those acres or whatever the fuck, like just raising his children by himself among maybe like with like his dad in his left hand corner and whatever, like better things would like we'd probably get the old Ye back, but like he's so deep into this like Jesus is King kind of like part of his career. I also heard like the Sunday service choir and band weren't being paid when he was doing all those services and stuff. So like I like at the end of the day, I wish for like mental clarity for Mr. West and like just like happy and healthy children, because now he has 3 kids. Like fuck the music, bro. Like go be a family man before you're a businessman. You know, like you got all these like cool shoes on the market, whatever the fuck. Congrats.
That's what I've been saying for years. Like he's always smiling. Like we get that big Kanye smile that we miss so much when he's around his kids. You know what I'm saying?
That's all he's ever wanted, you know?
That's all he's ever wanted. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is that my thing is this, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, Jesus.
Loved it.
Despised it.
He was edgy, and a lot of the lyrics have not aged well at all. But that production,
well, that's first and foremost. Lyrics didn't age well. Second of all, y'all motherfuckers like robot music. That's that on that. Third of all, this is a person that is deifying himself. Am I right on that? Am I correct?
Yeah, he definitely around like the late registration era. He's like, I feel like Jesus Christ. And when I was a kid, I'm like, blasphemy, stone the him, stone the nigger.
Whoa.
But, I'm not big in religion. I'm not. Kenny's the religious one on this panel here.
Do you remember when Ye said that shit, Kenny? Like he was on Rolling Stone with like the Ground of Thorns and shit.
I do remember that.
Yeah, like every Christian and their mama was like, he said what?
Yeah.
He said what? We will excommunicate him. And I was definitely one of my crowd at the time.
Now,
I was as well.
I say that to say this, right?
Thank you.
I find it extremely alarming that he goes from deifying himself to 2 albums later making a gospel album, essentially. How do you do that? How the what's the and that's why I'm like, yeah, nah. Motherfuckers are so wrapped up and the genius. Well, let me bring the camera back. And the genius that they're not noticing, deeper than the surface, or they're not like really paying attention deeper in the surface. Like 808s and Heartbreak, I fucking hated that album.
You didn't like 808s and Heartbreaks?
Wow. Yeah, I hated 808s and Heartbreaks, and I argue people down. Put it to you like this: my brother-in-law. I consider him my brother-in-law because that's my sister's husband.
Yeah.
So my brother-in-law.
So he's your brother-in-law.
Sticky Ricky, he will argue me down till the cows come home that 808s and Heartbreak was a musical masterpiece. As a matter of fact, we've had this argument before. All right, it's not.
It's okay. I'm not gonna get into a debate because we run kind of long. Let's just say its influence cannot be understated. Yes.
You said what?
Its influence cannot be understated. Yeah. Considering the path that the top 40 sound went because of that impact, like we wouldn't have Lil Uzi Vert, we wouldn't have Juice WRLD, a Post Malone, a Future, like the wave that poppy ass rap has been on. Like we wouldn't have Mood by Ian Dior and 24 Golden if it weren't for albums like 808s and Heartbreak.
Yeah, that's my problem with it.
And that's fair, and I'll let you have that. I cannot take that away from you. Because I hate that song too. I'm not gonna hold you.
Now you understand my issue, right?
Ugh.
And then, if anything, you just solidified that. That well, not necessarily.
Nah.
But it doubled down, if you will. Like as far as sounding like a robot goes. Again, man, I hate the shit that sounds like robots. That shit, like no. Okay, so. That's why we'll argue till the cows come home. That
I'm listening to 808s and Heartbreaks when this is over.
So, as a matter of fact, he was like, go back and listen to it, and I've gone back and listened to it twice since we've had this argument, and this argument was about a good 3 years ago.
Shit.
And
yeah, like
I still stand by what I say.
Yeah, at this point, there be no point in trying to
Definitely at this point now.
Yeah, it's like there comes because when with an album like 808s, like you love it or you hate it, and like at the time of my life where I heard it, it was exactly what I needed, and bro, like hearing Love Lockdown on some studio speakers will have you feeling some type of way, considering because what kind of rapper was using taiko drums for percussion? Not nair nigga, you know what I'm saying? Not nair nigga. Like he had them Johns on and when he premiered the John on the MTV Awards, he had the actual taiko drummers on stage with him.
Or Paranoid.
Oh boy, don't talk to me about Paranoid because I'll cut a rug right this minute.
Couldn't even pay attention to the drums because he's singing in auto-tune. No.
So T-Pain don't get a pass neither?
T-Pain gets a pass because T-Pain can actually sing. There are actually T-Pain songs where he doesn't use auto-tune, and T-Pain has pipes. I was about to say the same shit about Ty Dolla $ign, but it's the same thing as well. Exactly. So the motherfuckers that can actually sing, they get a pass. You get what I mean? Because I can always say, "Oh God, turn this shit off." It turns to a song where they're not using auto-tune and they can actually sing.
Like Chris Brown?
Not him.
Chris Brown can kiss my entire.
We don't speak that name on this show.
Yeah.
Get a real singing nigga on the conversation.
Better. No, Kenny knows better because Kenny know how much I hate Chris Brown. Now he just decided to write.
He has talent.
No,
it don't matter. It does not matter. You know who had talent? You know who had talent? Robert Kelly. Yeah, that's not funny at all.
That's not funny.
Y'all laugh, but you know it's not funny. You know what I'm saying? So like, we have to apply the same pressure that we do for Kelly for people like Brown, Trey Songz, Ross. Like, we have to do these things.
Ross too, huh?
Well, two particular things. The You Ain't Know bar, and for him dropping the F-bomb on that Meek Mill John with Jay-Z.
Well, the that line in the You Ain't Know remix, that's what made me go.
That's never going away. I'm always gonna hold that against him.
You ski woo. But Trey Songz, I forgot what Trey Songz did.
Alleged battery, and when Keke Palmer's like, "Do not put me on this video," and he's like, "Yeah, I won't do that," and put it in there, and put her in it anyway.
Yeah, I forgot about Keke Palmer too.
Not respecting a woman's agency. I see you.
And I don't even like after the whole Rihanna ordeal. I don't even care what the fuck Chris Brown did because he did a whole bunch of shit after that.
Yes, he keeps on doing bad shit.
I just don't like him. Not the fact that he does bad shit. That motherfucker can't sing for real. If we being honest. If I want to hear a whining motherfucker sing, I listen to motherfucking Keep Sweat. I've said this on the show before.
Welcome to the Sweat Hotel.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I cannot fade Chris Brown. The only Chris Brown song I've ever liked was Poppin'. Do you know how long ago that was?
Yes, I do.
Exactly.
That took me back to the Tyra Banks show. That's how dated that album is.
His first album, my guy.
Second. Oh, it wasn't the first one. Shit, never mind.
Yeah. That's the first and last Chris Brown album I listened to my entire life. And yet I have to listen to Chris Brown as every other morning on the radio.
Yeah, because that thugger about man, like I really like.
I take back what I said at the top of the episode. It's not usually the Savage remix every fucking morning. It's that Chris Brown.
It's Go Crazy by Young Thug and Chris Brown.
That song.
Yeah. Can't believe like Thug keeps on giving himself L's.
However, moving on.
Yo, like low key, let's sprint because I want to hear Kenny's predictions, and I want to get this gag off so I can run and read to my love.
So let's run through it real quick because the last two ain't really much to talk about. Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Gonzalez. That joint whooped ass. Again, like I said, last woman standing match. They went all over the place with it. Like the Thunderdome, as they call it. It has like a cage around surrounding the around the barricade or like above the barricade or whatever, right? There was one spot where Rhea Ripley handcuffed Raquel Gonzalez to the cage and started wearing her ass out real quick, right? So when, Raquel Gonzalez like pretty much slumped over, Rhea, turned around, was like taunting or whatever, or like to catch her breath. Man, this was Raquel Gonzalez yanked the whole entire fucking cage off. Dog. Yes. And proceeded to like just rake Rhea's ass with that shit. Bro, there was another spot where there was I tell you what, you remember that Kurt Angle Shane McMahon match at King of the Ring that one year? Where he belly to belly Shane McMahon into the motherfucking King of the Ring logo. That shit was all glass.
Oh my god.
They essentially recreated that with like a glass door.
Oh.
All right. So then Raquel, then it got to a point where like they were like in a It was an arena hall area, but it had lockers. Keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
So they just outright beating the shit out of each other in there. And from looking at things, Rhea Ripley was getting the upper hand on Raquel Gonzalez until Raquel's cohort Dakota Kai comes in with a kendo stick, starts beating the shit out of Rhea with it, right? Until Rhea sells it only for a small amount of time and proceeds to throttle, like yank the motherfucker from Dakota Kai and throttle her with that shit, and then proceeded to stuff Dakota Kai into a locker.
Give me your lunch money.
So the finishing spot, right? Raquel Gonzalez puts Rhea in her finisher. I want to say it was like a Death Valley drop. So like had to jump into like a stage area, like off stage, down below. The shit like imploded in. Mine just the last woman standing match. Raquel Gonzalez barely pulled it off and made it to her feet before 10. I said 5 stars, bro. 5 fucking stars. Oh, that was a Hosset match. 2 big women, or what they consider big women because they're larger than most female wrestlers. Hey, it was amazing. And then they had a whole story because they, were friends coming up in the performance center, blah, blah, blah.
Damn.
It was dope. So, meanwhile, on AEW, Snoop was in a wrestling match with Cody Rhodes. Well, Snoop was at first just like the observer of the match, or like he had like a certain job he had to do. But then they got to a point where he tags in, he hops up on the top rope. They set up the guy for the dive, and he does a fucking Superfly Splash.
His old behind?
And pins the guy 1, 2, 3. Snoop Dogg is 1-0 on AEW.
I would love to see that. I gotta look it up doing the Superfly Splash.
The Snoopafly Splash. So that's my value count this week. And we already talked about the Capital Rush, in which Skiwo. Like, yeah. So
Snoopafly Splash. I like that. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Normally we'd be having Inside the 5. This week, I wanted to introduce something new. This new segment I like to call Trust the Force, in which I give my 5 bold predictions of this NFL playoffs. Now, whether they come or come true, does not know. These are just gut feelings that I have. And I figured since most of my gut feelings are usually right, let's say them on air and see how many times I'm right.
All right, let's see how lucky you're feeling here.
Let's do it. Okay, so my first bold prediction. Carlos, you're going to get a kick out of this one.
Oh, boy.
I sat here on this program about a year and a half ago, and I told everybody that the Cleveland Browns were on their way up. Now, if the Cleveland Browns...
Hold your head, Carlos. Hold your head.
I feel like if the Cleveland Browns can beat the Steelers, they have a good chance to get to the AFC Championship game.
Anybody but Pittsburgh, so I'm behind it.
Wow. Wow. That's a possibility. That's really a fucking possibility this season. Wow.
Oh, yeah, they're in the playoffs. I told you. Again, something else I was right about.
Any word on that Succaneers and Washingtonians game?
The Buccaneers are winning 18-7 last I looked.
Jesus Christ.
Well, that was 18-10.
Anybody about Washington, D.C., so there you have it.
Oh, what score now?
18-10.
Let's go Tampa.
We're about to lose by 10 points. I mean, by 8 points.
All right, number 2.
What are you not doing there? Like, change the NFL playoff structure.
Number 2.
I stand by it. I'll always stand
the Green Bay Packers will be the representative of the NFC in the Super Bowl.
I believe that. I believe that too. Because when they run, they run. So I believe that too.
Number 3. Seeing as how I thought this earlier and it has come to pass, I don't know if this is more so a prediction, but this is something I was thinking before it aired. I didn't think it would be that long before the game came on. But, of course, it was the mid-game. But I had a feeling that the Rams were going to beat the Seahawks today.
Oh, yeah. I really thought the Seahawks were going to win. There goes my
right
30,000 more chance. He said, I'll be right back. Oh, no.
You already. Hold on.
Uh-oh. Did I say something? Did I shoot something?
I don't even know.
I don't even know.
Doug probably will come back. We doing AKs and shit.
Lord have mercy. All right. Number 3.
I don't know what got 5 minutes. Yeah, that was enough time right there, buddy.
Number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Mitchell Trubisky gets hurt, and Nick Foles.
The very same.
The very same. comes into the fray and tries to put the Bears on a miracle run. In which they never lose to the Packers.
Yeah.
But I feel like Nick Foles can come in the midst of the game and defeat the New Orleans Saints.
This sounds very familiar.
It sounds very familiar, doesn't it? The very same.
I feel like I've been here before.
I feel like I've been here before too.
Oh, man.
Oh my goodness. Number 4. The Kansas City Chiefs barely make it to the AFC Championship game with a consistent run of 3-point victories. While everybody's expecting them to blow teams out, they barely get there by the skin of the teeth and have to go in a dogfight against Cleveland.
Oh, the Chiefs?
Yes.
A dogfight against Cleveland. Kansas City is going to put it to you like this. You ever seen In Too Deep?
Yes, I've seen In Too Deep.
So you know where I'm going with this, right? No? Not yet? You remember that part where they're like downstairs in the basement, right? LL Cool J has that pool stick, right? And they have that one dude that they've been beating the shit out of, torturing.
Yes.
Yeah. Now do you know where I'm going with this?
Yes.
That's what Kansas City is going to do to Cleveland. All right? Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trusting the force on this one. I feel like they're going to be there.
Yeah, all right. Love it.
Cleveland going to Cleveland going to shot some head. Number 5. Let's see. Tennessee Titans get upset by the Ravens tomorrow because they're the favorite. Last I looked.
I ain't gonna lie. I really want Lamar Jackson to get his first one, just so everybody can shut the fuck up finally.
Yep, and remember, the Titans were the same team that put out Lamar Jackson last year.
That is true. Yes.
Lamar's coming with a vengeance.
That is for true.
This year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
To eventually lose to Cleveland.
Shut the fuck up, dog. See that now the more you bring up more teams, the more I'm like, all right, Cleveland's not going anywhere. All right, they're getting trounced.
I don't know, man. Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt.
Hey, you're
punch. They've been looking good without Odell. Baker Mayfield feeling himself. He's feeling dangerous. Miles Garrett on another level.
They got to deal with the Chiefs and or the Ravens. Get out of here.
They're gonna get. They're gonna get.
That they
They're
don't
gonna
have to
get.
deal with the Ravens, but instead they have to deal with whom again?
They're gonna get
The
to the
Titans?
Chiefs.
Get out of here.
They're gonna get to the Chiefs, and they're gonna go to the AFC Championship, and they're
Kansas
gonna
City
lose.
football. Wait,
You
no,
are
no,
full
never
of
mind.
shit. Nah. Because listen to this blasphemy. All right, just because Cleveland went 8-3, Duck, he thinks that they have the chances against the Baltimore Ravens,
No.
the Kansas City Chiefs, and or the Tennessee Titans.
All I can say as the non-sport contributor to this show today is that the Ravens are cold as fuck this season, and no one's touching them. That's one. I don't. Who's the quarterback for the Chiefs?
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, go fuck yourself, Kenny.
Okay.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Ducky.
Okay. Now remember,
like,
I didn't predict for them to beat the Chiefs. I predicted them to be in the AFC Championship against the Chiefs.
Okay. I will accept that backpedal. I will accept that backpedal.
No,
it's not that pedal.
because he's saying that in order to get there, you know what I'm saying? First of all, they have to win this wild card game tomorrow. Then, second of all, they're beating whoever they play in the divisionals, be it Tennessee or Baltimore. Shut the hell up, Kenny. Shut the hell up.
Okay.
Cleveland has the toughest route to the playoffs.
When you look up and you hear, and the Cleveland Browns have made it to the AFC Championship game.
Well, that's where you carry. That's the point where you carry the sports portion of the show, Kenny. Because I'll stop watching football.
Over that post.
If Washington comes back and wins this game against Tampa, I might stop watching football right now.
I pray that they don't just for that.
I'm gonna quote the great Yoda for you.
No,
as I make
I'm
these
not about to
predictions.
lose anymore because my team sucks.
You must learn.
I haven't won anything as a fan of any Atlanta sports team.
You
since
must
I
learn
became a
to
fan
give
of
up
them.
everything you fear to lose.
I'm not a bandwagoner, all right? So I'm not jumping bandwagons.
Did you fear to lose Cleveland getting to the AFC Championship?
No.
If they get to the AFC Championship, that's your new football team. I'm ordaining it on you.
Nah, don't do that. Don't put that evil on him, Kenny.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
I'll just stop watching football. I'd rather stop watching football. I'll take that.
He knows where he stands.
The force with me, and I'll show you the wrath to the dark side.
I'll just stop watching football, dog, because you jinxed it at this point.
Do it for Cap, man. Do it for Cap.
You will be a Cleveland Browns fan.
I don't want to see the Cleveland Browns in the Super Bowl.
Bro. Next year, we'll be saying Carlos Crawford fan Cleveland Browns. He'll be talking about how he loves Baker Mayfield, how Kareem Hunt is the best running back tandem with Nick Chubb in the league, how he wishes Odell could stay healthy because he's such a great receiver. Talk about how he wishes Myles Garrett should have been a Pro Bowler 3 years in a row, and how he wishes he didn't take the helmet off and crush Mason Rudolph. He'll be talking about how he loves Denzel Ward. Talk about the debauchery, which is Johnny Manziel, and how much he hated that time period as a fan. He'll go all in.
Kenny, please.
He'll let all the
Let the man breathe. I beg of you. Let the beat
How the
breathe.
best quarterback the Browns have had is Bernie Kosar, and how he rosters Bernie Kosar, which he likes Bernie Kosar now.
Los, you can use him. You know that, right?
He feels like Bernie Kosar.
Breathe, nigga, breathe.
He just doesn't want to say it because it will only add to my point.
That is quite enough out of you, sir.
Bernie Kosar beat John Elway, who he despises.
Sir, are you quite done? Los, you have an asthma attack. Come on, brother. Come back.
Everything's lined up for you to be a Browns fan.
I literally can't see his face, so I'm so scared. You all
All
right, brother?
bases are covered.
Kenny, I feel like you stole my thunder, man. Like, he ain't gonna have no more laughs left for my visual gag after this, man.
Hey, son. Hey, son. I've never wanted to drive out there and fuck you up so bad. Never in all 45 years of friendship have I ever wanted to drive out there.
So you don't think Bernie Kosar is a solid quarterback?
Yo, Kenny, that's enough. We do not have time for this shit right now.
But then on top of that, I don't like how much sense you're making at the end of that. How it all comes back to John Elway.
Everything for Los's court football dreams all circles back to Elway.
Fuck final thoughts. Bring this shit home, though.
All right, man. I'm gonna get it off real fast. If I can promo myself for a little bit, I will be on this platform again tomorrow afternoon for the second episode of my Taylor Swift podcast, Swiftie Shenanigans. So if you're into if you're into that weird shit, like come vibe. I'm also gonna start a series where I read one of my former classmates' book live on Twitch. So follow me on socials on KRISKENARG on Twitter, and that's probably the same moniker on Twitch. So that'll be fun when the time comes.
Ooh, is it Afshan's book?
No, but you should send me a link to that so I can buy it too.
All right, I gotta find it too.
I'll add that to the queue because that sounds great.
Yeah. She made a children's book. I was like, yo,
that's so sweet.
So dope. She got her. It was a book that she made in kindergarten.
Aw.
Yes, and she got that book published.
Praise.
That is dope. Shout out to Afshan, man. That's dope.
All right, man. I want to say thank you to Kenny and Los for having me on. It's always fun chopping it up with y'all. I'll hopefully be back in the fold very, very soon when bracket week comes up. But until that day, because I got reading to do over here as well. It's your boy, Chris Kennard, a.k.a. Chris Kennard. Say my name twice, like the girl group from South Korea, like the onomatopoeia says, dugum, dugum, dugum. That's the heartbeat, by the way, you freaks. A.k.a. prepare for trouble. Hate to burst your bubble. I'm not single, so don't be asking for no cuddles. 6 feet. You stay over there. A.k.a. live on stage with the dilated pupils. A.k.a. Anthony Bottano. No, sir. We don't need the needle drop. You know why? I got the needle drip.
That's all right.
Yes, sir.
Ooh. Hey, listen, man. Y'all been flexing all episode long. All right. I'm not sure if I appreciate it or not.
It's holiday season.
That makes me want to pull my sweater back out. I don't want to do it.
Don't hurt him. It's my time. Let me get out the way. A.k.a. you heard of Times New Roman. Please welcome the finest font, Times New Nigga. A.k.a.
I love that.
The high priest of the friend zone. Listen here, you cisheads. Don't. What's the last cringy thing I've seen a dude do on a dating site? I don't even want to think about it. How about that?
Just don't.
Hey, pray for your brothers that are still out here looking for love, man. It's a new year. How about that?
Amen.
Amen to that.
I don't even know if I'm looking for love anymore.
You hear that shit, brothers? You hear that shit?
Yeah, I'm saying
You hear that shit?
I give up. I'm tired, man. I'm exhausted, man.
Oh, would you say that you're sleepy? Well, you should come on down to Naptone Records where the follicles stay sleepy. You're all right. You activated my trap card.
Oh my God.
Come back, brother. Come back. I know what you get. You gonna get this work. AKA, I'm the man who gets his lube delivered in fresh bird pack packages. You know why? Because I'm the Sister Sucio, Secretary of State. Let's go. Have the package on decking today. You know what I'm saying? About to make another order. AKA Goose Granger, because if you see a goose, you are in danger. Run, don't hide, because they have wings. aka
Murder.
Dr. Ductifying, heavier than a desert eagle and twice as dusty.
Oh,
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, boys.
yes.
AKA King Kyle, because up on the mountains, I do what it do. We're gonna crack this motherfucker open live on camera.
Oh, so my in video games I have alter egos, right? So NASCAR Heat, I'm Dale Earnhardt, and I'm the number 23 Mountain Dew car.
It's pretty good.
Absolutely.
Watermelon, keep me warm.
Where'd you get it from?
So what?
Where'd you get it from?
My local grocery store. I got it. We have Save-A-Lots up here, and they had it waiting for me. It was like, I gotta get it.
I
For the
need
clout, brother. I gotta.
I need it. I said I need it.
And finally, last but not least, all together, say it with me now. If you are very horny and you need us now, J.G. Butworth, 877 ask now. 877 ask now. 877 ask now. Call now. And with that, I must take my leave. I bid you all adieu. Drink more water. Black Lives Matter. Queer Lives Matter. Fuck Donald Trump. Listen to heavy metal. Thanks, boys.
Give the other my best.
I'll do that. I'll do just that. Thanks, y'all. It was a pleasure.
Always. Be easy, Duck. And to bring it home, I am Carlos Crawford, a.k.a. Chin Music Charlie, winning the Royal Rumble starting at number 1. Oh, wait, I fucked up the
It's Chin Music Charlie.
Man, some things never change. A.k.a. Thick Flair. If I want to walk the streets of Germantown, Maryland with Bunny De La Cruz, I'll do it because I'm Thick Flair. Woo! A.k.a. Snack Miller. I'm with my bitch in the bed watching Game of Thrones, waiting till Khaleesi's dragon's big enough to take control. Richest Vince with Matt. Your bitch look like Triple H. Keep that pussy on lock. Put it in a safe. A.k.a. Gelato Graham. Wild card week to me is reaching into a jar and grabbing a random strain, and we'll see how the game goes for me. A.k.a. the Idiom Savant. Well, what happens next, Kenny? Well, I guess as good as yours.
Yeah.
Good as yours. Yeah. I don't know what we're going to do here, man. This country, I tell you. However, to bring it home, a.k.a. Haystack West. All right. All right. So listen. Bring your A game this go around. Why? Bianca Vega. She looks innocent, but she will shoot on sight. And she runs with her relatives in the Los Locos game. They're hanging out in an area called Del Francisco. Don't fall in love, Haystack. She'll kill you. Shut up. Moose.
Wes.
I know what we're going to do. What are you going to do? I'm getting missing. Sure. Let mama fight your battles. I know she'll do it for free. Good point. All right, Moose, let's head to the house for apple pie and convincing. Also, I guess while you're at it, you can go ahead and close this out and introduce yourself.
Reverse. My name is Kenneth Whitaker, a.k.a. Hendrik Solo, the original the Millennium Falcon. Find this vessel better than the rest of them. This here is my galaxy. You can't get with me. I'm always on the front.
23 skidoo. 24. 25. Yeah, we have one.
AKA the Last Black Jedi, you will step back because the doors are closing. like the Metro.
Oh. Well, all right. I guess we'll.
And you know what those doors are closing to? The chance that I ever give a fuck. That's what you wanted.
Okay. All right. Well, why not?
Hey. Not your man, I'm a savage. Oh, yes. And everyone wants to wonder about the wintertime. They always know that the natural man's got a warm coat. For any thought that thinks she's the main one, yeah. The natural man can't have a main hole. No, not in the wintertime. This is the time you always try to get inside your house and try to make their way in. I've had that happen to me before. And I was so caught up and I couldn't believe that the natural man had fell victim yet. Never again, because I am Mean Gene.
What are you?
Of the crop, and any partner that she can take the spot of the Nacho Man's residence who receive an elbow drop off the very top. Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Nacho Man, I'm a Savage, live from his log cabin. Happy New Year, Nacho Man. Back to you, Bobby.
Who ate the Cinnabons? Yeah. AKA the very sexual, the very tight,
yes.
Austin Powers Faja.
Wait, is Faja?
Dad is Faja.
Father.
Lower the globe! Congratulations, No Nuts! You succeeded in turning into a freaking Jack in the Box. Release the meteor! Release the meteor! Oh! No way!
And that no way gets me every time, dog. It was so upset, dog.
I'm trying to find my balls, for God's sakes. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, I'm good. Oh my goodness. Oh man. AKA Mr. Go Slick Vodka. Fuck Biggie, we need to ask. Oh! I didn't even effing see you there, man. We have a shit ton of cameras pulling out. Yeah. I'm back. I got my back. That movie's so great.
I love Superbad, man.
And last but not least,
yeah, boy.
AKA Vincent Kennedy Black Man. Yeah, I think it's time that I step back into the frame and let each and every one of people realize that I indeed run the show. Everyone looks forward to seeing Vincent Kennedy Black Man come on to each and every one of Gables, television sets, whether via the internet, via satellite, via donkey's ass, via whatever you feel you watch television on. I, Vincent Kennedy Black Man, run it because people are just like my wrestlers, private contractors, and I am gonna shut down everything that doesn't make me money, because if it doesn't make this black man money, people are betraying my trust in my brand.
Yeah, that there's problematic within the joke in that.
Guess what? Sorry. I'm a problematic person and I run a problematic company. Because you people allow me to be problematic.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was episode 123. 123. Like and subscribe us on Facebook and YouTube respectively. You
And
can
Twitter.
follow us on Twitter, Gorilla Gang at Gorilla
Gang Podcast.
Gang_podcast. I keep getting it confused with our Facebook at Gorilla Gang Podcast.
Correct.
Ladies and gentlemen, we off this.
And remember, it always circles back to John Elway.
Yeah. Fuck John Elway. Oh, well, I guess I did it in the webisode last week. However, rest in peace to Brody Lee.
Rest in peace, Brody Lee.
We off this.
Yeah.